Hi, I'm going to show you how to create a Java Spring project. So we have got the start Spring.io, the web address is start.spring.io, and this website will create a project, so a Java project with all the necessary folders and files that I need in order to create my code in a Spring Boot project. So I'm going to firstly specify, okay, I'm on start.spring.io, and I want a Maven project, and I want to use Java. So I'm not using Kotlin for now, I'm just using Java. And I'm going to say I want the 3.2.3 version of Spring. And now what I want to do is I want to give it a name. So I'm going to say Video March. And you'll see that as I change the name of the project here in Artifact, then the name changes and my package name com.example.videomarch also changes automatically. So I make my change in the artifact and everything else will suitably change as well. I can change my description, which is not very important, so I do that. Okay, and now here at the bottom, I make sure I've got jar ticked and not WAR. Okay, so and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my dependencies, and I click on Add Dependency. So it is bringing in codes and libraries that I'm going to need. Okay, so I'm going to say MySQL. I want a SQL driver, so this is my SQL JDBC driver. I want that. I want to say I want SQL and I want Spring Data JPA. So even though I've got my Spring JPA, even though I've got my SQL driver, I also need the Spring Data JPA. So my driver will basically connect to the database, but in the JPA, I'm going to have assistance with coding queries. Now, what I also want is I want to say this is a Spring. It's a web project. I want a web project. Okay, and I also want, now I'm going to use Timeleaf. There are different packages available that you can use instead of Timeleaf, but we're going to use Timeleaf for now. And what is Timeleaf going to do for me? It's going to help me to display on my HTML page the database query results. So for instance, let's say I retrieve a select query, I retrieve records, then I can put the result set and display it via an HTML file, and the Timeleaf will help me to inject the records onto the HTML. So once I've done that, I'm going to click on generate, okay, and now it downloads a file for me and it gives it the name, whatever I've given it here under artifact.zip, okay, and when I open my folder, I'm going to see my folder. There's my zip file. Here is my video march zip. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to extract all. But now, when I extract all, what I would like to do is, I don't want it in my downloads. So I'm going to click on browse and I'm going to control where I want it. So I've got in my folders, I've got a Eclipse project folder, and I'm going to extract my project zip file into this projects folder, and Eclipse project, and I'm going to just click on select folder and click on extract. Right, and now let's just go and see. So here I've got under documents, under Eclipse project, there I've got my video march, and that is where my data is, all my files. You'll see there's loads of files here. If I, for instance, go to the subfolders, you'll see there's loads of stuff, and that was all created for me so that I don't have to create all this. I can just use it in my project. So that is how I create a project for Spring Boot. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how I import that project into the Eclipse.